If you feel like you're behind in life, then I want you to hear this. I'm 33 years old, and for a long time, I felt the exact same way. I thought by now, I'd have it all, everything that I had envisioned, I would have it all now. Whether that's career, finances, family, kids, but that's just really not the way life worked out. For a long time, I was waiting, sort of waiting for that perfect moment to start chasing those things. But I quickly learned that that's just not the way life works. Life is gonna life, as they say. It's gonna throw you curveballs. And it's really during those times that it builds character, builds discipline, which are necessary for when bad things happen later on down the line. You can push through it. The mistakes I would make is when those bad things would happen to me, all those things, like I mentioned, the career, finances, all those things will be put to the side because of that one bad thing that happened. But you can't do that, which again, I learned later on. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, is because if there's anyone out there going through that right now, hopefully this video can help you, you know, going forward with whatever it is that you have going on, whether you're chasing a new job, you're trying to eat better, you're trying to go to the gym. The gym is one of those things. Like, let's say you set your alarm clock for 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 a.m. A huge mistake that I would make when that alarm clock would go off, I would really start negotiating with myself. Like, hey, I'll start going on Monday, or I won't go at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever. I'll go at 5 p.m. when I get off work. And then when you get off work, it doesn't happen. Or, as far as eating better, it would be Thursday and you'd be like, I'll start on Monday. In reality, you just need to start right then and there. If you keep procrastinating, you're just not going to get started at all. And those were some of the things that kept affecting me, which led into other things, making bad decisions after bad decisions, not having a routine. I think having a routine is super important. One thing I started doing was I started looking 5 years down the line. So I'm 33 now. So 38. I started thinking, what do I want my life to look like at 38 years old? So I start implementing those certain things now. That way, I have some kind of motion going on. And that's what you really need, is you need consistency, some action. I think another issue in today's time, especially with social media, is, everybody's posting their life. So you're constantly seeing these things, and psychologically you almost compare yourself to them. Like, look what they have at that age and I don't have it. And then you kind of beat yourself up over it because some people may be more advanced than you. But you really shouldn't think that way. We all go through different things. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody has different circumstances, things that they had to go through. So I would not, suggest comparing yourself to others or even thinking that way, so to speak. Just follow your own journey, whatever it is that you have going on. Just think for yourself, and just keep rocking. Things will eventually you'll start to see a pattern of positivity. If you're around negative people, negative things, keep it away from you, because that does play a part into your mental health, and you don't want anything breaking, your consistency in the things that you're doing. You really just need action. So if you actually say you're going to do it, actually do it, and do it unmotivated. Do it broke. If you don't really need much to get started. All you need is, a routine, a plan. Write down your thoughts, your goals, and actually stick to it. Eventually you'll start to see the success will come your way. And I think for a lot of people, we think we have so much time. I think that's the biggest thing. Time is our biggest asset. So that was really one of the big things for me, where I started to make changes, was I started to think about my age and how fast time was moving, how fast life was going. And I would actually get depressed about that when I started thinking about it. Like, wow, I'm this age now, and here's what I've done. And I wouldn't, to me, it wasn't good enough. So I started thinking like, wow, I need to get to work. And really, like I said, we only get one shot at this. There's no do-over. You can't come back and do it again. So I would really use that as your motivation, that we only get one life, and do everything you possibly can now, because like I said, there's no do-over. Anything you have in your mind, just go do it. Don't worry about what people think. If you might get, judged, criticized, it's your life. Do whatever it is that you got to do for yourself right now. That's really what changed for me, was when I started thinking about my age. I was like, no, we got to go. Like, I started taking things more serious, taking myself more serious. If, certain people were, not on my type of time, so to speak, or not doing some of the things that I was doing, I would just sort of stay away. And not like I don't like that person anymore, but just we're not thinking the same way right now. So let me just stay over here, because it's easy to get off whatever it is you're doing. If you're hanging out with somebody who eats fast food all the time, guess what? You might start eating fast food as well. If you're around negative people, then you're gonna start being negative as well. That's how energy works. When you're around certain things, and certain things, you're gonna start picking up on those things. If you do positive things consistently, then positive things will happen. You do negative things consistently, then negative things are gonna happen. It's pretty, it's common sense. But I would encourage anyone out there that's struggling with this, just to get your mind right, do things that feel good, that, make you feel happy. Start there, start eating healthy. That's a huge part. And that's really what helped me in my mental health, was I started eating better. Because, fast food just makes you feel awful. When you eat it in the moment, it feels great. But then after a while, after you get done, you just feel awful. Start eating better, go to the gym, start your day early, 4 or 5 a.m. I started today at 4, and, I started noticing, back then I used to start my day around 8, and it's just, you have more time in the day if you start at 4 to get things done, and you'll feel better about yourself because you don't feel behind. I would just say, just start with the little things first, and then everything else will follow suit. Just got to believe in yourself, and, make the necessary adjustments, and not keep doing the same thing, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So, yeah, I just encourage anyone out there, if you're going through it right now, just stay positive and keep working hard. Just believe in yourself, and things will start working for you. But yeah, that's all I got for today, and hope everything goes well. Take care.